Yeah. So they do exist, and it's really important to, to like, I always say, like, who do you want to call into your life? Who do you want to call into your life? And, are you being that for yourself? I actually have this list on my fridge, and it was my ideal partner list. But when I looked at it, it was like, oh, actually, I need to have greater integrity around cherishing myself, honoring myself, loving myself. I had these things about who I wanted to be with, like someone who's communicative, emotionally available, sexually available, all these things, that I actually wasn't being with myself. Like, was I being sexually available to myself? No, I would go for a long time just not feeling sexual. How was I communicating with myself? Was I speaking badly to myself, or was I, involved with kind, caring communication, like honestly with myself? So it was really interesting exploration. And in like, when you're seeking a partner, it's like really looking at how you're being with you as a, I don't know if you're into all of this, but it's like, what is your vibration and what is your vibrational match? Like, it's a bit woo.
Absolutely.
It's interesting when you just think, like, I'm always emitting a frequency, I'm always putting something out there. And if I want to be cherished, it's like, I can't expect someone to know how to cherish me. If I'm cherishing me, then it's like I have particular standards and, ways of being that, the right people will slot into. Or I ask, and
Yeah.
this is how it is.
Absolutely. And I think it's so important, to ask those questions and own guardians of our vaginas. It's like the men aren't going to do that for us generally. Like, we have to do that for ourselves. I think about my own journey. It's like, I dated like 6 guys. Did I ask any of them if they wanted to co-parent my kid
Yeah.
verbally out loud? No. Only this last one who was like, yes, oh my God, please, I've been wanting to be a dad for my like last 10 years. And you're like, oh, like, guys actually think like that? It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
When
you have to ask. You have to say, like, are you interested in a long-term relationship, or are you interested in exploring your sexuality, or can those
Yeah.
two things go together, or are they separate for you? Are you looking to get off, or are you looking to like cherish the feminine? Those are radically different things, but also the same thing sometimes. You're like, oh, like, it's super important to be clear about what you're looking for. And like you said, it's super important to be what it is that you want. I
it
started
takes
this really incredible practice of kissing my arms, and being like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Being like, if I can't do that for myself, I'm never gonna attract a partner who's willing to do that kind of like loving care for me. And it's so I started doing the practice.
Yeah,
Lo and behold.
it also takes so much courage to ask. And this comes back to the same thing that's looping around, is this vulnerability thing. And, it's like
Yeah.
being willing to lose. Like, what I really got was, I am more willing to lose this relationship than lose myself, pretending
Oh,
this is all right with me,
yes.
and this is all right with me, and this is all right with me, like going along with, unavailable, distant, whatever's. And finally, this latest guy, I was just like, look, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to create a deep spiritual relationship, and you probably need to know that, because if that's not what you're looking for, then it's good to know now. And I literally was like, and also
Absolutely.
I see, instead of like kind of, actually, this was the first time, instead of just going with the flow, I actually said, I remember I had my eyes turned downwards because I was so shy. And I was just like, and I just need to say that I think this is a relationship. And if it's not a relationship for you, then I would really, I think, it's good to just be clear, because for me, I'm in a relationship right now. And I'd really like, this is what I want. So what do I
Oh.
remember looking up, like, I was so devastated. And he just had tears rolling down his eyes, and he was like, I just didn't want to raise that with you. I thought I'd push you away. And he was like, I'm all in. And I was like, what? What? you know
Oh.
yeah. And he was like, I'm all in. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was like, finally I'd raised, you know, my standards through all of this injury in love and relationship and sex. And, you know, that's why, you know, as I don't want to be Pollyanna about it, but it's like, yeah, fuck, we go through these injuries. We have ourselves wounded, sometimes so badly. And hopefully, if you're a personal growth mindset, then your injuries are always your catalysts for rising. You know, Glennon Doyle says first the pain, then the rising. And she's like, I look forward to pain because I know that a rising's coming. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. So anyone who's, you know, feeling like they're in these icky situations, or it's like, just know, like, you can use this for growth and choose what is it to step into a really self-loving and value yourself to the point where when it comes to sexual intimacy, you can create the safe container that you're no longer okay with leaky boundaries and like murky agreements. And, you know, it's like, you're clear on what you need and there's no shame around it, you know?
Absolutely.
Let your emotions to you rather than repress them. You notice, oh, I've got an upset. What's going on here? You know, and then you might have to do some work like, oh, I'm reparenting on, you know, this reminds me of my dad, blah, 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 blah. And then you get that sorted. And then you make a request. Hey, you know, when you do this, you know, it brings up this for me, you know, can we do this instead? Or like what your request is, you know, you just figuring out how to keep yourself, how to speak from value, how to act from loving yourself in a relationship. That's how you're going to create the conditions for your body to relax enough.
There's so much more for you over in the Joygasmic Life membership. Become a bulletproof mom with us. Learn the tips and tricks and skills you need to recover from your postpartum mental health journey, and learn the tools of Joygasmic alchemy so you can have the kind of birth you've been dreaming of.